Well, hey everybody, it's me, L. D. Delusion Dispeller, Dum Dum Dodo, and among other phrases and words. I'm feeling real and raw today, so yeah, it's time for me to be me. Anyway, it's not that I'm not me other days, but I'm just in a tell it like it is kind of mode. Now I'm not going to be mean to anybody, but I'm going to tell it like it is because frankly, I have come to see YouTube as a source of entertainment rather than the place I really need to be. Although I really love it when people come in that I, have a relationship with outside of here and people that are, decent people like Liard, LB, Mommy Mars. I'm trying to think. There's quite a few of you. Nancy, definitely very sweet person. I believe it's Nancy R. And other people like that. So yes, I come on there for that. But if you guys think that I'm such a goody two shoes that I don't really know how to gallivant around and find different things to listen to and comment on, you're sadly mistaken. I'm definitely a human being, and I'm feeling very human and raw today. Why? Because okay, one of the places I do watch, I like clip channels. I actually do like clip channels, not because I'm down with anybody or, like wanting to be mean or I enjoy them insulting people. I think they're funny. I've always thought clip channels are funny. Not all the stuff on them, but yeah, a handful of stuff. Um doesn't mean I hate the people that they're about, but I see some points in some of the clip channels. Even some clips that have been done about me. I can't deny every single thing that was said about me for sure. I'm sure there is a lot of truth in some of the clips that have been made about me. And some of it's just plain flat out silly as heck. Anyway, Biff L is one of my favorite channels, and it's not because he puts certain people down. It's because he just has a way of showing things on film that can be entertaining, I guess. I'm not going to mention any particular clip that I've seen, but I will say one thing. He did show a video of Miller and Jeff. Apparently Miller was doing what Miller does. He was at the bar, the casino, whatever. And Jeff and he were having a or should I say he and Jeff? I don't know. They were having a conversation. And a lot of times when I come on here, I realize that I get a little stodgy. Like I don't know how to let my hair down and have some fun because I don't like the cussing. I don't like the perversion. You guys know that about me. But there are also times I come on and I'm like, I'm just going to ignore the F bombs flying around for now. And I'm going to listen to what's being said because maybe there's something, I think I can learn from people, all people, really. I mean, unless they're like downright satanic and evil people. Most people, even the goofy, worldly people, have something. Hey, Wheezy, they have something to offer. And I have to honestly say, I don't hate Miller, but I don't like the fact that he calls himself a Christian and gets drunk on camera and acts the fool. I've never liked that. But Miller as a person, from what I know of him as a person, when he is sober, is a pretty good person. He's not a bad guy. I think in real life, he probably would be kind of a fun guy to hang out with. Now, keep in mind, I was married to a Mexican guy before I met Matthew. So I know the Mexican culture and I love the Mexican culture. I think they're fun. They know how to have a good time. They know how to party. And I'm not talking about only with drinking either. They just know how to have fun. When I was married to Celestino, we had lots of family gatherings, and I mean family. Mexican people, and I'm not racist or prejudiced or anything by saying this. They have big families. Most of them do. And it's fun because you meet all kinds of different personalities and you have a good time. And I can tell you, I have seen some funny stuff at the parties and the family gatherings that we went to when I was married to my second husband. I kind of miss it, to be honest with you. I like to have a good time. I used to look really forward to those family parties and all the tortillas and the Mexican food and just the fun, the music. We listened to, I don't know what the Mexican kind of music is called. There's a name for it. And I used to laugh because Sal hated that music. His father used to play that kind of music. But it's this weird kind of sounding music that's specific to the Mexican culture. Maybe somebody that's Mexican can set me straight on what it's called. But we used to have such a good time. Anyway, so I think Miller as a guy, a person, is probably an okay person from what I can tell. I don't know him in person, so I can't say. But I don't like it when he gets drunk and acts stupid and insults people and threatens to kill them with a silver bullet and all that weird stuff that he does. But I do know for a fact that when people get drunk, they act the fool. They act crazy. How do I know this? My best friend Carol, years ago, was constantly drunk. She would come to church drunk. And then she would start crying and say, "Do you think God is mad at me? Do you think he hates me? Please tell me he doesn't hate me." And I was naive back then. So I hung out with her. I didn't know any different. And I'd be like, "No, no, Carol, he doesn't hate you. You know, he forgives you. He loves you." And, I'd have to comfort her every time she would get drunk. And then she'd take me for a walk and we would talk about things and she would repeat herself 50 zillion times. Now, maybe that is where my hate for repetition comes in, now that I think about it, is hanging out with people when they got drunk. Because they tend to repeat themselves ad nauseum when they are drunk. There's something in the brain that just, it's like a broken record. Skip, 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 over and over again. So I think it was kind of God that led me to watch that video today. Not that God is all crazy about the people that make clip videos or anything, but he can talk through almost anything. So he kind of showed me, I think, that that's where my hatred of repetition comes in. That would totally make sense. So I'm glad I made this live because I just learned something about myself. See how that works? Anyway, I listened to Jeff handling Miller and I laughed my full head off. I enjoyed every minute of that video other than the F-bombing, but I get it that, people of the world talk like that sometimes. I understand that. I can kind of ignore that and kind of get the context of what's being said. Now, when it's Christians doing it, I have an issue with that. Because y'all know, if you are a Christian or you follow the Bible, you know God isn't okay with that stuff. Come on, if you have the Holy Spirit living in you, you know that your spirit should just go, ew, as soon as you say that F word out your mouth. You know that's the case. If you're a true follower of the Bible and a true Christian. So yeah, I have an issue with that. Anyway, I listened around it just to get the gist of what was being said and how it was being handled. And Jeff, I have to say, you're brilliant. You were absolutely brilliant in that video. Miller, you were funny. I don't like your F-bombing and all that kind of hypocrisy stuff you do, but you definitely provided entertainment that night. And sadly, kind of at your own expense, because you looked the fool when you were saying all that stuff. But it was funny. I honestly think if that video was monetized, you earned every cent of that because that was hysterical. And it was a true depiction of how drunkenness can make people act the fool. Definitely. And I learned something from you, Jeff. I learned how to handle when people come at me with accusations when they are not in their right mind, how I should handle it. Because I've never known how to do that. I think I kind of did that at one point with somebody on here, but they ended up turning everything around onto other people that were close to me. And so I didn't really have a leg to stand on. Now, I would love to have a discussion with somebody, any kind of discussion, if it did not involve them projecting onto people that are close to me. Like if they just talk to me about me, that would be fine. I could do that. But when they start bringing other people in that I love and that I care about, then there's an issue there. And I just back out and let them win because I'm not going to sit and argue with you if it's going to come back and hurt somebody I love. I just won't do it. But if it's about me, sure, go ahead. Take me on. I'm cool with it. But yeah, just leave other people out. That's all. Look at Maverick here. He's hanging off you see him hanging off the footstool? He's half on, half off. Crazy cat. We got Maverick there. We got Mimi right here. I got Momo on this side of me. I got Bobo up here. And I think the other cats are probably in the cat room sleeping. Anyway, yeah, I just came on to banter today. I'm honestly, I got nothing major on my mind. It's Shabbat. It's my chill day, my rest day. But yeah, that was funny, I have to say. I would love to really say what I think of everybody and everything on here, just out and out. I just I don't like naming names because then people retaliate. They get all butthurt about it and they have to get back at you and stuff. So I won't name names, but well, unless I really like am close to the people, I'll say names. Like I said, Mommy Mars, she's my friend. Pink Lady Luck, she's my friend. And a bunch of you, I feel close to you. And I'd say at least a handful or two of you are good people that I hang out with and talk to online and offline. And I can trust you. I can tell you anything, and I know it stays between us. It doesn't get made into a video. It doesn't get taken to anybody I talk about. And that's a friend. You should be able to vent to your friends, or I don't like calling it venting, but you should be able to be open with your friends and not have to worry, oh my gosh, are they going to two-time me and go to the person and tell them what I said? No, that's not a friend. You should be able to have your opinions and your feelings about a person and be able to trust your confidant that they're going to keep it there. If you can't, then they're not a confidant. Then you don't need to be trusting them, period. Um, so yeah, I guess I'm encouraging you guys to ask me questions. If you want to know something about me or the way I feel about something, go for it. There's 10 or 11 of you here, 10, I guess. Only one person has spoken, that's Wheezy. So maybe some of you can't speak because you're blocked. I have various reasons I've blocked a few people. Like I've said before, one was animal abuse was one of the reasons. The other one was just not making any logical sense whatsoever when you talk to me and texting me privately. And then when I ask you what you're talking about, you don't answer. So you're blocked. You might not be blocked in my room, but if I see you come in, I will probably block you if you come in my room, just so you know, because you don't make sense. Hi, Spoof. How's it going? How are you? Um, I do have to say the impersonation of you, Spoof, was not even close. Not even close. They didn't get your accent or your tone of voice or the way you emphasize the consonants in the ends of words. They didn't even come close to that. So if that was supposed to be like an insulting thing or whatever, I don't know what the purpose of it was. It wasn't impressive. They don't need to quit their day job, as they say. Anyway, you're getting the real raw me today. This is the real Laura, the part of me that likes to tell it like it is. That's who's here today. So if that's the part you've been waiting for and you want to have a convo with me, today is your day. Come on aboard and come talk to me. Sorry I didn't go on StreamYard. I think StreamYard is harder for me to manage if the riffraff comes in and starts stuff. I like to be able to just nip it and be done with it. That's why I don't go on StreamYard a lot. Oh, and Ducky asked me the other day how I avoid getting poison ivy. I got some right here on my neck because apparently it must have been under my fingernails or something. I might not have cleaned it off well enough, or it might have splashed me. Yeah, it is funny. And Spoof, you have like an odd sense of humor, like your farting videos. I don't find them funny personally. I think they're ridiculous, but I like you, and you're entitled to your sense of humor. I'm not going to fault you for that. I hate farts. Farts stink and they're gross, and it's just, I don't know. I was taught by my mom that if you got to pass gas, you go into the bathroom. Now, my husband doesn't do that. He thinks it's fine to just do it wherever, let her rip. So I'm the same way. I don't care anymore. Now, if I was in my mother's presence, you better believe I'd find a bathroom. There's no way I would do that in my family. But it's my husband and it's me, and I wouldn't do it in public either. That's just rude. But some people find it funny. People find weird things funny. I might find things funny that you guys don't even have a clue about, you know? So we're just all different individuals. We all came, from different places. Yeah, I figured you were, Spoof. You were raised pretty strictly. So maybe that's a little rebel in you that's like, I don't care. I'm going to make this video and show them what I think of that. I don't know. I get that, though. Anyhow, I have no longer, Yes, there's a part of me that wishes YouTube could go back the way it was. But then there's a part of me that remembers the bad stuff that happened back when it was the way it was. And I don't miss any of that. I don't miss being the target back then. I don't miss seeing my husband fall apart and be afraid to go to work because he might not have a job tomorrow or somebody might think something about him. I don't miss any of that stuff. I miss being able to speak freely and just be myself and say what I think of people and things. And that's what I am doing today without being very specific, because if I could do it with being specific and not totally know that I'm going to get backlash from it, I would. And that's why I talk cryptically. I hate talking cryptically. I would rather mention everybody's name and tell you exactly what I think of each person. But I don't feel like dealing with the backlash. I don't need the emotional upheaval in my life of worrying about what this person's posting about me or videos being made or whatever. And I'm not saying you won't. Everybody gets videos made out of them, from them. That's part of YouTube. That's just how it is. It's on Biff L's channel, Evelyn. It's on Biff L's channel. Jeff was extremely brilliant. He was cracking me up the way he's like, okay, yeah, right. And when Miller said, oh, I'm going to go get another Coors Light, he's like, yeah, you do that. It sounds like you need one. I was like dying. And Miller, you set yourself up for it. You really did. Was it not on Biff L's channel? Okay, hold on. Let me see. I actually started out today not watching any types of videos on YouTube other than this one thing called Real Family about these kids that have what's called Prader-Willi syndrome. And if you don't know what it is, you should look it up, because not everybody is as blessed as we are in our lives. Okay, let me see. And I don't even know if I can get on Biff's channel normally. It just popped up every once in a while. It pops up stuff because I subscribed to him a long time ago. I'm starting to wonder if Biff isn't in charge of a couple other channels as well. Let's see. I will find it if I can. Yeah, I'm wondering if he's in charge of the Bullies channel and the Opening channel. Those channels. Because, I don't know, it seems very similar the way things are set up. Okay, let me go and see on this video. I don't want to play the video. I just want to see if this is where I saw it. I'll be right back, guys. I'm just looking up something here. No, it's got to be on there. It's got to be on there somewhere because I just literally heard it.
Google Fi, a phone
oh, hush. I don't want to hear about Google Fi. Hold on. Ugh. I'll find it. I'll tell you where it is. I mean, if YouTube's going to be part of my life, then I'm going to comment when I want to comment. Okay, that's not it. Where the heck is it? Is it not on here anymore? Did Biff take it down all of a sudden? Oh, no. It's the best drunken Miller meltdown ever. Popular uploads. Yeah, it's an old live stream. I know. Yes. I wasn't saying it was recent. No, it was not a recent thing. It's just something that popped up on my alerts. Yeah, and you know what? Okay, so Miller wants to do what he does and get drunk. So people are going to make videos of him, and they're going to interview him and make him look silly. And if that's how he wants to look, when he stands before God, he can answer to him about it. You know, Miller, why did you do that? I mean, I gave you your whole life. I gave my life for you. And this is what you do. You get on and act the fool and talk about all this stuff that doesn't even make a difference to your life or anybody else's life, really. You know, I guess this Bell Gab and Heather Wade and all this stuff was a real important thing back then. It was something people were all up in, and gosh forbid if you became friends with somebody that was someone else was attracted to, all heck would break loose and you were targeted with apparently silver bullets or something like that. To me, it's just all silly stuff that doesn't make sense. I don't want any part of it as far as being involved. And I don't even know that all exists anymore. That was like years ago or whatever. But no, I know. He wasn't trying to embarrass him, but I think Jeff just thought it was silly. And he didn't feel threatened by any of the threats. He was just like, yeah, okay, you do that. I just was impressed with how he handled it. And it was goofy. It was silly listening to it. And I was like, okay, I guess this is what this YouTube stuff is all about, and the Bell Gab and all that stuff. That's kind of how you guys do with each other. So I just decided to learn by listening, and I learned. I definitely learned. I think it was just kind of a lot of sarcasm, which I live with Mr. Sarcastic. My husband is sarcastic a lot, although he's been pretty sick, so he hasn't been super sarcastic lately. But yeah, that was definitely an experience listening to that video. I'm still kind of, I guess the verdict is still, I'm debating whether being drunk makes you tell the truth or just makes you act foolish. Oh, that's Bobo Man. That's my Bobo Man. That's my baby boy. Of course, him's cute. Him is adorable, aren't you, buddy? He's my sweet baby boy. I know you like that, huh? Feels good. Good neck rub. Yeah. It's my Bobo Man. Him's my heart healer from when I lost my Carmine. Yeah, that's my Bobo. Yeah, Spoof, you have a friend that gets drunk and he's Russian, so maybe, I don't know, is it different with nationalities of how drunkenness affects people? I wonder. And I'm not a racist and I'm not prejudiced, and I think it's cool that we're all different as far as like nationalities, like Mexicans and Africans and Americans and whatever kins, I think it's neat that we're all different. Spanish people and French people, we all have, different things about us. We all could learn from each other if we were a bit more open-minded. Doesn't mean I got to agree with everything or be okay with everything, but I still can learn. I know I've heard, Evelyn. I don't honestly know you in your personal life to say whether you are or not. And it's not like you get online and act the fool that I can hear. I mean, you're not a regular for making live streams when you're drunk, I don't think. But then again, I'm not the brightest bulb on the tree when it comes to noticing who is drunk and who isn't. I know somebody said, don't say you're not the brightest bulb on the tree. Well, I'm not about certain things. I live kind of a sheltered life and lived kind of a sheltered life. I was raised Catholic. But my family drank, and it took my ex-husband and some other people to tell me, don't you remember how people in your family used to get drunk? I didn't know they were drunk. I just thought they were drinking wine. I didn't know that's what was going on around me. For one thing, I didn't stay up where the family was when we went to my grandmother's. I would go and sit under the ping pong table down in the basement. I just was very much a recluse when I was younger. Oh, same here, Mask Spoofer. I don't drink a lot. I do like a good taste of wine every once in a while. But I'll tell you one thing. If it ever happened that I accidentally got drunk, like I did it with my neighbor years ago, she was a Mexican lady, and they loved to party. And she just had this little house and a little garage, and she just set up this thing between the garage and the house. There's this path. She set up tables, and they would have like fresh fish, like with the eyeballs still in it. Blech. Anyway, it tasted good, though. It was delicious. She had to really watch for the bones because there were lots of bones in that fish. And then we would have drinks, wine and stuff. And I learned a long time ago, if you don't turn your cup upside down, it is Mexican culture that they will keep filling your wine cup. Probably why a lot of them have alcoholic problems. Again, not racist at all. It is just a fact that there are certain populations and certain cultures that are known to do certain things. And Mexicans are known for drinking a lot. My ex-husband did, his family did, and so did this lady, my neighbor. And I was teaching her English. She was teaching me Spanish. I miss her a lot. I haven't talked to her in years. I mean, she mostly spoke Mexican, or not Mexican, sorry, Spanish. So it was hard to communicate with her. It's not like I could get on a phone call and have a talk with her because I don't know that much Spanish unless somebody's very bilingual. But yeah, so she would invite me over for her fish fries and stuff when her family would come over. And I would leave my cup there. I'd be talking to her about something or trying to talk in Spanish to one of her relatives or whatever. And sure enough, she kept filling it up and I wasn't paying attention. So I kept drinking and drinking and drinking. And sure enough, I got drunk. And I went home to my kids and they're like, Mom, are you okay? I'm like, I feel great. I've never felt better in my life. And they're like, Mom, you're drunk. I'm like, no, I'm not. I feel wonderful. I was drunk. I was definitely drunk. But it was an accident. And even if I was accidentally drunk like that, I would not get on a camera, like on YouTube, knowingly anyway, and act the fool. And if somebody came to me the next day and said, oh, Laura, you need to go watch your video. You went on there and you like made a fool of yourself. If I watched it, I would be like, oh my gosh. The next time that ever happens, and God forbid it ever does, because it's not going to, do not let me near the camera, But, certain people, they don't care. I guess they just keep on doing it. And like I said, I was a Christian at the time. I'm still technically a Christian by the world's views. I don't call myself a Christian because I don't like what Christians act like. Christians are some of the nastiest, most mean people. I'm talking about so-called Christians that call themselves that you'll ever meet. And I'm not that. That's why I don't associate myself with that word. I don't know. People are being entertained by me today or something. They just don't talk. And some of them are blocked, I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Being the brightest bulb is overrated. Yeah, really. Anyway. Some people are just, they like getting on drunk and acting stupid. Or they like getting on and showing their chest and being sleazy. I don't. In fact, when I see even a little bit of cleavage showing, I'm like all embarrassed. I'm pulling my shirt up, my dress. And then there's people that show their butt right into the camera or show their whole chest into the camera. That's not cool for a godly person to do that. And when people said, oh, well, you're showing your belly off, belly dancing, I put all those belly dancing videos in private. Well, I put them into the members only place. They're not on here because I got sick of people saying, well, you're not a godly person. You show off your body. I don't want to be seen as somebody that's being ungodly or unholy. Yeah, that twerk stuff. Okay, I'll tell you a little secret. I twerk, but I'm never doing it on camera. I twerk when I do Just Dance, and I would never even play that when I do that in my house. I wouldn't make a video of it and show everybody. No, that's just exercise for me. That's not something I would do in front of everybody. And it just happened to be in this one particular dance that I did. And I would twerk in front of my husband. He's my husband, but I ain't twerking for the world to see. There are certain things that need to be kept in private as far as I'm concerned. That's not something to show off to the world. That's something to present yourself to your spouse, not something to present yourself to God knows who's out there watching you. Okay. Evelyn, you're a goofball. Well, I don't know when you're joking either. I'm not very good at picking up on that. Sorry. That's definitely a brain dysfunction I have of some kind that I don't get like cues and inside jokes and things that are obvious to other people right away. I don't always get them right away till I think about it. Just how my brain works, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, anyhow, I'm as human as the next guy, but there are certain things I believe that are and should be reserved for private time with my husband, not for the whole world to see. So I don't show those things. But I know there's people on here that think it's perfectly all right. Usually they're not Christians that are acting like that. They're worldly folk that don't believe in God, or they believe in feminism or racism or whatever. But not everybody is like that. Some people have morals and values and they're not Christian. Just depends on the person. Just for me particularly, I won't do that kind of stuff on camera. I don't think it's appropriate. And if somebody says something I did on camera is bothersome to them, I'll change it. I won't do it anymore. Anyway, well, you don't really have to be embarrassed, spoofer, because you don't show your face. You wear a mask, so nobody really sees who you are. I know how that is when you cover up your face. Like even when I did my belly dancing and I had the scarf over my nose and mouth, I wasn't embarrassed either because nobody saw me. All they saw were my eyes. So I could move a little more freely without being self-conscious about what I was doing, which is why that belly dance probably was one of my better ones. But yeah, when people started saying, well, you call yourself a Christian or you call yourself a Bible follower, but you show off your body, the Bible tells me not to make things a stumbling block for other people that are weaker in their faith. So of course I'm not going to leave that on there to make somebody stumble or lust after me or have any ungodly, attitudes or thoughts towards me. So yeah, I took them down, and I will continue to do that if I find out what I'm doing is offending people or causing them to stumble in some way. That's just how it is. That's just me. Anywho. So, okay, Evelyn, spoofer. You can ask me questions or talk to me about whatever you want to talk to me about. Of course, within reason, but you know how I am, so I don't anticipate you'd get out of line about anything anyway. Just a nice, quiet Saturday afternoon, me and the kitties, and I'm enjoying it. Just relaxing today. Waiting for that ever elusive job to appear, It'll come down the pike eventually. It's just going to take some time, I think. I'm ready when the door opens. So tomorrow I will be going back to the Free Evangelical Church. Oh, me too. Spoof, I woke up at around 9 something. I guess it wasn't that long ago, but I woke up, I ate some grapes, I ate some watermelon, and I had some eggs and chorizo. No, was it chorizo? No, taco turkey meat. Oh, you talked to your mom and now you're eating breakfast. Got it. Yeah, it was taco turkey meat. I mixed it in with the eggs. It was very delicious. So ground turkey with taco seasoning. I like it a lot. And I had one of those little bundt cake things that I like. Strawberry cheesecake bundt cake, mini bunts. They're little ones. So that's all I've done so far. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I'm just chillaxing. So, I do know one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to journal. I need to catch up on a couple pages, I think, in my journal. Oh, excuse me. And then I'm going to take all of my my healthy app foods that I ate, and I'm going to put them into my Fitness Pal and see exactly how many calories I've been eating, because it doesn't tell you calories, so it just tells you points. And I want to know how many points are turning into how many calories so I can kind of tweak my weight loss a little bit. Oh, wow. I got you, spoof. Got any horseradish? You could sniff that. Maybe that'll get your nose running. That stuff is strong. I remember when I had COVID and I lost my sense of smell. Stupid me. Oh, I'll just smell the horseradish and see if I can. No, I couldn't smell it, but it burned the inside of my nose. So I could feel the burn. I just couldn't smell. That was frustrating and dumb on my part. So it poured here today. It poured and thundered and rained and rained. I don't think there was any lightning. Bummer. I love lightning. It's so pretty. But it poured here and there's puddles out there. It did not flood, thankfully. It wasn't that bad of a storm, and I think it's pretty much let up. So maybe the sun will shine yet today. I'm not sure what the weather is today. I have no idea. But that would be nice if we could get some sun. Let the kitties out for a while to play. Oh, and I'm still going to do my keto uploads. I said I was doing a keto series, and I am going to. I'm going to work on that today, too. So that's 3 things I can do. I'm going to message myself so I know exactly what I'm doing today. I usually send myself text messages, like a to-do list, sort of. And it's literally labeled myself. So it's me writing to myself. Okay. That's funny. I typed myself and my finger slipped and it put myself, I'm in. I would think I was in. I'm never out. Okay, so I said I'm going to do journaling and calories into my fitness pal. And what else? What did I just say I was doing now? See, that's how fast my memory goes. What the heck else did I say I was doing? You guys were listening. Journaling, putting calories into my fitness pal, and oh, the videos. Video series on keto. How it works in the body, basically. There we go. Thank you, Spoof. I figured it out. I had to think through for a minute and I have to go back in my head and remember the moment when I said it, which I did, so now I know. Anyway, let's see. So, oh, hey, sweet. Oh, that's good. It's hot there. It's like rainy here. Floody, rainy puddles sort of thing. But it's good to have you here. Anyway. I just think YouTube, if it could be summed up in one word, like I'm talking about our part of YouTube. Have you ever heard the saying, it takes all kinds to make the world? It takes all kinds to make YouTube, our section of YouTube. You got people that have bipolar disorder, borderline personality disorder, narcissistic personality disorder, probably some psychopaths and sociopaths, and we got some passive aggressive folk on here. We got some people that are victims of past crimes, people that are victims of molestation and other terrible things. Probably some people that have committed crimes. I mean, there's all kinds on here. This is just like a mishmash of everyone on this place. So nothing surprises me, honestly. And it shouldn't really surprise anybody else. You're going to literally get anything on here. You're going to get people that love you, people that hate you, people that gossip about you, slander you, mock you, imitate you. You're just not going to escape it. If you want to be on YouTube, just be ready for anything. Literally. I have come to realize that. Anything goes on here with not even any, there's no boundaries. There's no safeguard. There's no, what's the word? There's no hindrance to what people can say or do on here. And it won't even be shocking after a while. It's not anymore to me. Nothing shocks me on here. It could go from the most mundane to the macabre in a matter of moments. And I want to tell you guys something to kind of look for this. People have been asking me a lot about, well, do you think this person, so-and-so, is bipolar or borderline? Okay, there is a difference. Bipolar people with bipolar disorder, I'll say we because I have cyclothymic disorder, which is a very slight form of bipolar disorder. We switch personalities and the way things affect us and way we perceive things, but it's over a period of time. So you'll notice with me, for example, I'll use myself. I'll be super happy and upbeat and just thrilled with the world. And that'll last quite a while, usually. It'll last a good maybe 2 or 3 weeks. And then for like a week or two, depending on whether it was 2 or 3 weeks in the month, I will be very mellow and like nothing really bothers me. I'm kind of nonchalant, just sort of chill and calm, that sort of thing. So somebody once, not once, but recently said, oh, well, she's in that phase of the cycle. They weren't wrong. I have to say, they were not wrong. I do cycle, but my cycles last for a longer period of time in each section. You haven't noticed anybody being bipolar? Oh, yeah. I think more than likely the people on here that exhibit something that looks similar to bipolar have borderline personality disorder. That's what I think. I was about to tell you about that. So that was bipolar. It's a longer period of time, could be a week, 2 weeks, and then the next thing or things that cycle through the other personalities or other moods, if you will, are for like another 2 or 3 weeks or maybe a week. It just depends on the person or the time. For me, it's different. Mine are actually chartable, where I go for literally 2 weeks in hypomanic mode and 2 weeks in what I call mellow mode. I don't ever get super depressed. I don't ever get super elated to the point where I'm giddy and ridiculous and out spending money and sleeping around and doing stuff that I shouldn't do. Yes, exactly, Spoof. Bipolar mania, manic mode phase, as you call it, is like over the top, like ridiculously over the top. And that can last quite a while, like a couple weeks. Now, a borderline person, a person with BPD, is going to switch throughout a day. So they're going to be happy 1 minute, angry like a few minutes later, then they're going to be sad, then they're going to feel guilty, then they're going to be paranoid, and it's all in the same day. It's not this lasts for weeks and then they switch and go into, no, that's bipolar. Just so y'all know, because a lot of people, you're not all like tech savvy as far as the psychology stuff. So you might not know. I didn't know for a long time. I went to school, 4 years of college for whatever that was worth or not worth. And I learned that's the difference. So yeah, if you see somebody on here acting, hyper and just over the top, and then they go like, they might come online and they act like that. And then within that video, like about maybe, I don't know, it could be 15 minutes, half hour later, they're depressed and crying. And then they go into happiness after that. And then they're angry after that. And it's all in the same video. Chances are you're looking at somebody with BPD, because that's exactly how it works. Yes, exactly, Spoof. Exactly. Yep, you understand it then. And you would know. You would know. And there are people I have seen on here that do flip personalities very quickly. And the thing that I always say denotes it for me that they actually probably have that disorder is that when they switch, it's a complete switch. It's not, oh, they seem a little bit depressed right now. It's like they go into a full-on depression mode. And then they're a full-on giddy, happy, crazy mode. And then they're full-on, everybody hates me. People are plotting against me. Paranoia mode. That is borderline. And it's very abrupt and it's a very total switch. It's not a little bit. It's very extreme. Yeah. And you're talking about bipolar. I'm talking about borderline now. But yes, both of them are extreme. It's just that the bipolar lasts for longer periods of time in one mode. Borderline does not. Borderline goes flip, 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 flip. Happy, paranoid, angry, sad, depressed. That's just how it is. Where does borderline come from? 9 times out of 10, people become borderline because they have an abusive mother. From my experience, it's not usually the father, but you can have a borderline father. But usually it is the mother who is controlling, domineering, doesn't allow the person to think for themselves or make their own choices. They almost create a dependency on them, and they don't untie the apron strings and allow the child to individuate. But then when that child needs them, they may not be there, or they may be angry and lash out. So it's kind of this unexpected, I'm not sure what to expect from my mom thing. And so mom starts looking very unreliable and inconsistent. So the person grows up feeling like, I can only count on myself. I can't trust people. People are going to turn. So it's almost like a mirror thing, I think. Yep, spoof. I know all about it. My stepdad was paranoid schizophrenic. Paranoia is paranoia. It doesn't matter what disorder it's in. Paranoia means you start getting so scared that people are plotting against you. People are trying to get a hold of your information. People are going to jump out and attack you. People are following you. Yes, exactly. That's paranoia. It's very sad, but there's people on here that have issues like this. And telling them they have issues like this does not work, because usually they're in denial, especially if it's not being treated. And they like to project it back onto you. It's kind of like I know you are, but what am I? Did you guys ever say that to people in school? Like, you're a big dummy. I know you are, but what am I? We used to say that to each other. That's really how it goes when you confront people, especially with borderline personality disorder. Well, she says I have this, but look at what she does. What about when she did that? What about when I saw her do that? That's how it goes when you confront somebody with these disorders. Or narcissism is another one. I was telling somebody the other day about a narcissist in my past, long past, who I could show her exactly what her scenario was. Is she had a mother who was demanding her to be perfect and wasn't really there in her life much because her mother worked. Her father was an alcoholic. And as a child, she learned the only one she could count on was herself. So she became a narcissist. And I showed her this whole scenario. I unrolled it for her, just like I'm telling you. And she said to me, yeah, that makes sense why she would think that she could only rely on herself and became narcissistic. I get it. And I would say to this person, so and so, this is you. Do you not see this? This is what you do. This was your very story. This was your mother. This was you as the child. You became the narcissist. And the reaction was, oh my gosh, I can't believe you think that about me. What about you? What about how you treat people? And it just became a whole projecting thing. How I treated people was I picked up the pieces she left behind of people she had drawn closer to her, and then finally decided that she was done with them and she resented them and she was freaked out by them wanting to be close to her. You've heard me tell the story before. Yeah, that's narcissism. And there's people on here like that if you confront them and show them their behavior, or you make videos about their behavior, they refuse to see that. Now, they might say, well, I do this too, or I did this too, but I've changed and I'm different and I don't do that anymore. Time will tell. You got to watch and see how it's lived out. Talk is cheap. Actions speak louder than words, very much so, especially with people with personality disorders. You're watching what they do. You're not listening to what they say, because words can't be trusted with people that have personality disorders. They don't follow through. So you got to remember that when you're dealing with anybody on here, you're going to run into all kinds of people with all kinds of disorders, and some don't have any disorders. That's kind of more the exception than the rule, I think, these days. I think everybody has some kind of little quirk, Hi, Hannah. So anyhow, yeah. Just remember you're on here with all kinds of people and anything can happen. Anything can happen because anything goes on here. And YouTube doesn't care because they want the ratings and they like controversial issues. So the more controversial and shocking and macabre it can be, the more they like it. So yeah, you want to make crazy videos, here's your place. Nobody going to stop you. Now, once in a while, they'll strike a video or knock somebody's channel down or whatever. But I think that's more the exception rather than the rule most of the time. Oh, there you go. You got somebody that speaks your language, Hannah. I only call her Hannah because that's what the first word looks like to me. It looks like a Hannah. Hi, Half Pint. Hi, how are you doing? Long time no see. What's new? What's happening? I'm glad more people are finally chiming in and talking. Good deal. I honestly could do this live for a long time, but I might have to get up and get myself some tea because my throat is hurting from talking too much. It's getting dried out and scratchy. It happens. Oh, man. Da, 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 da. Nobody's talking again. Oh, hi, 10K. Thank you. Oh, no. I'm glad you're okay, and I'm fine. Thanks for asking. I've fallen downstairs. That's not fun. Oh, yeah, I do that too, Spoof. Not on my TV necessarily. I could put it on my TV. Not sure I want to see my face quite that large on the TV. No, I'm playing. I don't mind it. But yeah, I sometimes will put on YouTube on TV and just watch it too. Yeah, I'm sure you are. Oh, I know. I was thinking today, I was walking around my living room looking at my feet going, man, I remember when I broke my toe. Look at how much more it's healed. It's like I don't have any pain at all. The bone grew back, apparently. I mean, I didn't have another x-ray done, but yeah, it looks like the bone healed. Toe still looks pretty puffy to me, but I don't have any pain. It doesn't even feel like it's broken anymore. So I was very thankful about that today. I definitely had that to be thankful for. Did people take down my thumbs? You nasty Nellies. Why would you do that? Or nasty Neds. I don't know who did it. I thought I had 6 thumbs up there. Now I see 4. Oh, well, whatever. People are goofy sometimes. It's like, we like you. Okay, now we don't like you. Okay, we like you again. Now we don't. Whatever. I'm so glad I live my life not based on what everybody else thinks of me, really. Oh, I don't clean on Saturdays because it is my Sabbath day, Shabbat. I am resting. I'm doing whatever I want. Actually, I have a few things I'm going to do as soon as I get off this live stream. I'm going to journal a little bit, and I'm going to write down all the foods I ate since I started this Weight Watchers thing. And I am going to put down the calories for them since I'm only doing points right now on the Healthy app. And then I'm going to work on my keto series I want to put up. Oh, thumbs appear and disappear. Oh, okay. YouTube's silly. I think they do stuff just to get a rise out of people, honestly. Get people going. Anyhow. Yeah, we can talk about pretty much anything today. I don't even care if we talk about other people. Doesn't matter to me today. I mean, try to be nice, obviously, find good in people, but you can still give an opinion about them. It's human. I mean, some people like people, some people don't. Oh, that's interesting, Spoof. Wow. Like, I gave my opinion on Spoofer. Spoofer and I are cool with each other. I don't really know you, Half Pint, to even say anything about you. I met you hanging out in a different room, but I don't know who you are or anything about you, really. Sweet Wheat's cool. I don't have any issues with her. Evelyn's cool. Um, with me, anyway. I mean, I know y'all have issues with each other, but maybe not people in here. And Wheezy, we're cool. We've been cool for a long time. I don't see a lot of my old friends from back in the day, you know? I don't see G. Marie at all. Hardly ever in here. Plus, she changed her name, so I always forget what it is. Oh, yay, that's awesome, Sweet Wheat. Take pictures. Send me one, please, while you're holding the baby. I love baby pictures. Anyway, I was able to talk to a girl who my kids grew up with. I was talking to her over on Facebook. She went through some rough times. I won't get into her private business, but we were able to talk about, because we used to go to the same church together, Victory Life, which no longer exists. And she had a different opinion about it than I thought, and I won't get into that either, but we had very similar opinions all along, and then I was really shocked at some of the stuff she told me. It's kind of cool talking to her now, adult to adult, because when my girls were kids, she was a kid, you know, and I really didn't talk to her about kids or about adult things as a kid. Oh, I know. I understand, Half Pint. I'm sorry that happened to you. I think people are just dealing with, you know, personal things, and a lot of people, relationships are a lot of work, and they just decide that it's just too much work and they need to work on their own selves, I guess. That happens sometimes in life. Sometimes I have to do that too. I have to just step away and say, look, I can't right now. I have to take care of me. Because, you know, honestly, it's good to have friends and take care of them and be there for them. But sometimes, if you haven't dealt with your own issues, you can't be a very good friend to people. So maybe that's the case. I don't know. I can't speak for her. She have to speak for herself. LB, hi. Happy Saturday to you as well. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Peace of the Sabbath. Peace, peace. I like peace. I mean, I came on here, as they say, guns a-blazing. But I've chilled out now. Nobody really jumped on my bandwagon, so I just sort of calmed right down again. Welcome to my goofy world. That's how my head works, I guess. Anyway. Yeah, just chillaxing. Feels good to not have to really do much of anything. I don't even do my normal everyday list on Saturdays. This is my day. I don't do anything literally, except what I want to do. Yeah, I know, Spoof. I was just talking about a live stream between Jeff and Miller. That's what I started my chat on. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, Half Pint people forget that I was put through stuff by the same person for a couple years, and I know that person feels that I owe them an apology too, but the only thing I could apologize for is sorry to call you out on your hypocrisy and the way you were behaving when you said you were something else, which now has been admitted that we shouldn't call ourselves Christians if we're not living that way. So, yeah, there's not much else I can apologize for. I don't know what else I did wrong other than say I can't associate with the type of people you hang out with. You're saying you're something and you're not living like it, and that's hypocrisy. And the Bible says, can two walk together unless they be agreed? No, they can't. So we don't. I still don't agree with stuff that goes on in that neck of the woods. People that call people dirty words that are vile and belong in a different industry other than here on YouTube channels. People that call women bees, that's not godly behavior. And that's all I said was I'm sorry, I can't join with you in this. And deception, let's pretend we're this or that. Let's pretend to do this or that and get people going. No, I'm not a deceiver, so I don't participate in deception. So I couldn't, and I parted ways. And I'm not regretting any of it, honestly. It's been quite peaceful. I'm sure it's been better for that person too that we are not hooked up together, because otherwise they would constantly feel probably some conviction about how they're behaving, and now they don't have to worry about the conviction. They can just go on their merry way and do what they want and not feel anything about it. Nobody else is probably calling them out on their stuff, so, you know. But in my opinion, when you have somebody close to you that claims to be in one accord with belief systems, and they come to you and say, teach me how to be more like you, and you try to teach them how to be more like you, and they turn and lie and hurt you, it's time to cut ties. In fact, they said the same thing. I heard them on, I think, a live stream saying, you just get to the point where you have to just, push away, get away from certain people. Absolutely right. And I did. Yeah. I do pray that people that have those kind of problems can get the help they need and feel more at peace with themselves so they don't have to constantly hurt other people. But I honestly am not my brother's keeper when it comes to brothers who don't want to be brothers, so to speak. You can't force people to change and do things that are right. They have to want to do it. Can't force anybody to do anything, really. Anywho. Yep. Anyhow, things are going better between my husband and I, thankfully. We've worked on issues and things are better. So that's a good thing. I'm thankful to God for that. Sometimes communication is, key. You have to communicate openly, and you have to be able to communicate trusting that your communication will not be used against you later in whatever way. And on here, that's hard with some people. Oh, I know. There is a side that is very fun to be with. There is no arguments there. I would tell her to her face. And if you're listening, I'll tell you right now to your face, there is a side of you that is fun and enjoyable. Not the side that gets thrills out of disgusting things, but the side that is just goofy, that I had fun with for over a year. And then there are sides to you that are just downright nasty and evil and mean. I mean, we all have a tendency that we could be evil. We do. We're human and we have that tendency in us. But some of us don't really want to exhibit that tendency. And others just plain don't fight it and they just let it come out. Yes, it is a huge blessing. Definitely is. Marriage is not easy. It's two separate people trying to meld into one workable situation. And that is not easy. It's definitely easier, in my opinion, even though maybe single people don't feel like this. It's easier to be single, where you can come and go as you please, do what you want. You know, when you have a marriage, especially if you have like a godly one, um, you've got to follow certain standards, I guess. Hi, Laura. How are you doing? Yeah, I really don't like worrying at people either. I love to have discussions, and I'm willing to have a discussion with anybody, but if I feel like they're cornering me or asking pointed questions that make me uncomfortable and I have to defend myself, then I don't want them in my life. I've felt like I had to defend myself most of my life. I used to have teachers say, "You don't have to prove yourself. You're a good person. You know this stuff. You don't have to constantly feel like you don't have something worthwhile to offer or to say." And then I came on here and found out there were people on here that required that of me. You know, it's kind of like being in the interrogation room with the light bulb hanging over your head. Where were you on the night of blah, blah, blah? You know, and I don't want to live my life like that where I constantly feel, oh my gosh, I got to come up with an answer. I have to try to explain this. I have to try to clarify this. And it's hard. My brain doesn't let me do that very easily. And yes, I'm glad that we're all getting along too. I wish we all literally could get along, all of us. But that is not realistic in this world. There are people that have very diverse perceptions and ways of living life that I'm not comfortable around. So I'm not going to want everybody and all to get along with me or to even coexist with me. I get to choose who I coexist with. And I don't want to coexist with everybody. So I'm happy with the ones that I can coexist with, that we get along fine. I may not agree with everything you do in your chat rooms or on the side, but when you're in here, you're decent and we can have a nice conversation. But no, I'm not naive to think that everybody's just going to get along just because they want to. That's not realistic. Well, sometimes part of that is having a very good memory, which is definitely the case in this situation. I don't have one, but other people do. And if they get a bee in their bonnet, so to speak, I keep thinking of Amber Heard. My dog got stung by a bee. Yeah. If they get a bee in their bonnet, they might be like wanting to take that info they have remembered and use that against the person because they lack self-control, which is a fruit of the spirit. And they get angry and, well, they did it to me first, so I'm going to do it back to them and I'm going to get them even worse. And no, I don't want to live my life that way. I don't feel hatred towards people normally. I get frustrated, but I don't feel hatred to where I would like want to destroy somebody's life, their job, their family. No. If anything, I would like to encourage them to improve their job and their family and stuff. Good morning, Mommy Mars. Yeah, I can't do the passive aggressive thing either. Not at all. Nope. I don't like that going behind the scenes stuff, turning people against people. And unfortunately, that's not only one person. It tends to be a female thing where females get kind of petty, and if they see somebody doing something they don't like to their friend or whatever, they will two-time them, go behind their back and turn their friends against them. A lot of times I'm ashamed to be a female because of the way women treat each other. It's pretty bad. Yes, it's childish behavior too. Yes. And I don't fault people if they want to get along with everybody and they want to hang with everybody. I just don't. And I'm not going to. And if I'm uncomfortable, I'm going to leave where I'm at and go to someplace I'm comfortable. Because it's actually human nature to seek out pleasure rather than pain. I know, LB, my daughter Amber was talking about girl code the other day. About how they don't steal each other's boyfriends. Because Amber likes this one guy that another girl kind of likes too. And I'm like, well, Amber, you're like going to be, what is she going to be? 23, 20. I don't even remember her age. Man, I'm terrible. I'm old, old, old. Terrible at ages, I mean. I said, there's going to have to be a point, Amber, because you hang out with all these women, these young ladies and stuff, that you're going to like a guy that another person likes, and that guy might like you, and you're going to have to just decide, okay, this is my guy, and he's going to say she's my girl, and too bad if somebody else likes him. If the guy doesn't like that somebody else that likes him and they like you, you're going to have to go for it, or you're not going to have a guy, because she's a youth minister. So she's surrounded by young girls and young guys, and then she has people that are her peers' age. And she's going to eventually have to grab onto somebody if they want to grab back to her. And not worry about, well, this girl still likes him. Well, if he doesn't like her and he likes you, then you have to go on with it. I would. Or you're just not going to have anybody. That's just how it is. Because she surrounds herself with so many, peers and girls of her age, and then girls that are younger, and, and there's guys involved too. You're just going to have to get to the point where when you find that someone and they find you, you're going to have to say, okay, I'm not going to worry about, this girl's going to be upset with me because I like this guy that doesn't like her, but she likes him. It's a weird situation, but that's her life. She's surrounded by those people. I'm not. I never was. I was a loner kind of. I did my own thing for the most part. So I didn't have other girls competing over my guy. That was different for me. What I find funny is when people say, and I'm not talking bad about them, and yet they are at the same time. I'm not talking about talking, facts about people. This is how this person is and this is what they did. I'm talking about purposely smearing somebody or putting them down for their looks or putting them down for their accent or anything like that. That's not cool. Now, impersonation is different if the person is okay with it. I wonder sometimes how many comedians that do impersonations actually checked with the people they're impersonating to find out if they're okay with it. I always try to do that. I don't like, mimicking somebody without their approval, without them saying, yeah, go ahead and do it. I think it's funny because I don't want to hurt people. But I don't think many people on TV really do that. Yeah, Laura's a good person. Like Chris Rock and Will Smith. Yeah, did they check with each other about that comment? That's true. Good point, Mommy Mars. Looks like it might be getting nicer out, guys. If it's not going to keep raining, I can let you guys out. Oh, you were shy and awkward. I was too, actually. Oh, that's good, spoof. So he knew and he was okay with it. And that's how it should be. I just think that's not a Bible thing. That's just basically being nice to people and considerate. That's why I usually talk about behaviors rather than people. because I don't want to, lash out at people. I don't want to expose people or make them feel, attacked. That's not what my point is. It's just to say, basically, we all have our thing. Well, to be honest with you guys, I heard a video the other day that was about me, and I actually made a video, a retort, if you will. I made it. I played it for my husband, and I told him I got that off of my chest. I'm not posting it, and I didn't post it. I still have the video. Not going to post it because it's basically everything that would just get the fuel in the fire and start up stuff again. And I won't do that to myself or others. LB, I've seen them. Does anybody have one? Can you tell me if that really works? Anybody got those air coolers you wear around your neck? Are they worth the money? Do they work? I've been wanting to ask somebody that for the longest time, ever since I first saw them. Yeah, the neck fans or whatever they are. I find it hard to believe they're an air conditioner. More like a fan. I guess they have a metal plate that goes like right on the back of your neck. It gets cool. But I don't know if I would want a really cold plate on the back of my neck. Not sure how those all work, but yeah, I wanted to get one of those cooling boxes too, the chill wells. Oh, okay. Thanks for telling me. Matthew and I were thinking of getting one because we don't have air conditioning in our vehicle. So maybe I will still get one for us at some point. Yeah, all of us who live in that hot weather should get one of those things for sure. Definitely. Okay, I'm going to get up and you're going to walk with me, guys. I think that's a song. Walk with me. Oh my gosh. Look at kitchen's still pretty clean. Clear floor. Clear to walk into the kitchen. I'm so proud of myself for this. Pretty clear hallway. Let's go look at my plants. Oh, no plate on the back of your neck? Well, the one I saw had one. Good to know that one doesn't. I'll have to get the one that doesn't have it because I just don't like the idea of that. Ooh, everything's wet out here. Guess my plants will grow good, though. Let's take a look. It rained and rained. Look at my lettuce, guys. I'm going to pick some of that today and eat it. Let's see if I'm showing you properly. I can't see what I'm showing. Try to be very slow on the garden. Kind of looking sideways to see what I'm showing you. Ugh, nasty poison ivy. No, you're not allowed in here. Get out of my plants. Go. And then that is my my cucumbers. There's my carrots right here. It's the carrots with the funny looking leaves on the top. Little weed growing there. Pull that out. And that is my cucumbers right there. Let's go look at the watermelon. I don't know how those are. You guys can come out. Come on, Bubble Man. Yeah, it's sunny out, but it's cool. It's comfortable. Probably not for long once that sun's shining for a while. Let's go take a look at the watermelon. There go my neighbors. Bye, neighbors. They're going somewhere. I don't know where. Okay. Watermelon is starting to come up. I don't know what's going on with the watermelon, y'all. I've never grown watermelon. Well, I did last year, but I didn't really look at it. It just sort of grew on its own. But look at these interesting leaves. I guess that's what watermelon leaves look like. And I don't know what some of this other stuff is either. I just know the leaves of 3, they say to leave them be. Those are the poison ivy ones. Yeah, I love my little garden. It's so cool. Thank you, LB. Yes, it is a big yard. He's my Bobo man. Look at this pretty man. Look at this pretty man. Hi, guys. Love my cat. That is for sure. Okay. So nice out, y'all. Okay. I'm gonna sit on my little swing here and swing a bit. Oh, my hair's a sight today. Yeah, when you buy it for her, LB, let me know how it works for her in the vehicle, because I want to know from, people that I know how it works. All these reviews online, I mean, yeah, I suppose you could believe them, but I know you'll tell me the truth about it when I ask. Hi, Mav. Yeah, poison ivy. I gotta go wash my hand. Thank you for reminding me. I just picked that with my hand. I need to scrub my hand off and probably my face I just touched. I do not need poison ivy all over my body, that's for sure. I already got one patch that I need to treat on my neck here. So, let me go find my dish soap. I'll be right back. Dawn is the best to get rid of all that stuff. Good old Dawn dish soap. $36. Jisu Life. Oh, I'm gonna look that one up. Half Pint. That's a good one. I'll look that up for sure. Okay. Poison ivy. Bye. Scrub off your hands with a scratchy. Make sure you get all that nasty Perseo stuff off. Don't want any of that on you. Well, see, my room became helpful today. We taught each other about how to look for neck fans. Scrub off the poison ivy on my chest. Oh yeah, I gotta get my face where I touched my face too. Get all that earthy oil off. There. Okay. If I can make somebody, let's see, Half Pint, I could make you a mod temporarily. You can post that link. I would like it too, actually. So let me add you as a mod. I'll take it off of you when you're done if you want. That way we can get the link and we can all use it. I definitely would like one of those fans myself. So. Whew, $149. Isn't that weird how things can be the same thing, but a totally different price depending where you get it from? I think that's so strange. But yeah, it's true. All right, I'm going to put this hydrocortisone on this stupid itchy spot on my neck. Oh, how do you post the link? If you go up to the top of your page, there's these two little lines like this, and dots are on the bottom of them. You click on that, it should say copy link. Let me see if I can go to a page and see if I can figure this out for you. Oh, I actually found the one that you're talking about. I'll post the link. Copy. Oh, that didn't work, did it? Ugh. That did not work. Well, that's where I went. I don't know if that helps any. Yeah, that one doesn't have the metal thing on the back. Interesting. Oh, well, there's a reason for that, Mommy Mars. They purposely have the heat up high because they want you to buy soda, pop. That's on purpose. That's not an accident. That's called subliminal manipulation. Oh, okay, Spoof. Thank you. Was anybody able to click on that link and get to what I was talking or what she was talking about? Yeah, I know, Mommy Mars. I'm always teaching you stuff. Seems to be the gist of our whole friendship. I'm glad I can help and fill you in. Oh, that's fun, sweet wheat. I'm glad you're getting to go on a cruise. I've never been on one. That's pretty cool. Do they run on battery? Do you recharge them? How does that work? I'd like to get one for Matthew, too. I would love for us both to have one of those for when we go in the vehicle. Because then we won't have to pay for air conditioning in our vehicle. Excellent. Whoever came up with the idea of those neck fans is pretty smart. Yep. See, I told you, Spoof. Those were the ones I was looking at. They have that cold plate on the back, and I'm like, I don't want anything cold on my neck like that. If anything, I want heat on my neck, not cold. Even for air conditioning, I wouldn't want it on the back of my neck. I would just want it like in my face a little bit and not super strong where it's drying out my whole, mucus system or fluid system. I don't want my eyes dried out, my nose dried out. It does the same thing, Mommy Mars. It's still like an air conditioner thing. There you go, LB. She got herself one. That's cool. I'm sure the air conditioner neck fan people are going to appreciate me doing this live stream. Maybe I'll get asked to advertise something. That'd be cool. Like I did with the other two things that I got. Which really probably didn't sell anything for anybody because I don't think anybody really watched my advertisements. I'm trying to think of what I want to eat. I am kind of getting hungry. I just had fruit and eggs and ground turkey this morning, but I'm still kind of hungry. Might have some yogurt or something. Yay, you're going to Alaska. That'll be beautiful. Pretty sure one of my daughters went to Alaska on a cruise, if I'm not mistaken. I know they took a Disney cruise, but I don't know about Alaska. Boy, this is the longest live stream I've had in a while. Kind of nice. I'm gonna turn off that air, though. I don't need that on right now. Yeah, I hope you take pictures and videos and stuff, sweet. We'd all like to see what you see there, you know, if you can. I know you're there with your hubby, probably having a good time, but send us some pictures of the scenery and whatever. That'd be neat. My brother posted a video of everybody that went to Italy and my family and how they were playing like this game and stuff and talking about my mom's life because she had a birthday and hole. What are they talking about? Hole? What hole? Anyway, static void, I'm not sure what you're talking about. What hole? You'll have to fill me in if I want to be filled in. Anywho, and it was fun watching the video, but it was hard for me to keep track of what anybody was saying because there's a lot of crosstalk, everybody talking all at once. The hole that needs to be filled in. What? Does anybody know or have a clue what they're talking about? What hole needs to be filled in? I don't know. Anyway, maybe it was when I walked somewhere they saw something. I have lots of holes in my house. There's not just one. Lots of holes. Oh, no, that's okay, Half Pint. Don't worry about it. You're okay. I'll take off your admin thing. Anyway. So, even my bathroom, y'all. Look at this is probably the cleanest you'll ever see it. Now, obviously, we have that nasty rust water stuff. But look at how nice and neat the sink is. There's not a whole bunch of stuff piled on it. I cleaned out this thing, so there's not a whole bunch of stuff in the container even. Toilet needs a little help, but that will wait till tomorrow. The back of the toilet needs to be clean. I always wipe it, but I don't do that stuff on the Sabbath. That will happen tomorrow for me. Okay, since you're being very odd, I'm going to hide you on my channel. I don't know who you are. Don't know what hole you're talking about. There's tons of holes in my house because it got flooded twice, 2 feet up the wall, and that happens. Plus, we've pounded nail holes in the wall, too. So, yeah, eventually there are holes. I have to paint this living room. It's really getting on my nerves. I don't like the color anymore. It's just depressing to me. I'm thinking of a blue, nice, serene kind of blue color in here or something like that. But I can't with this nasty, torn up wall stuff anymore. You found with a neck cooler. Oh, okay. Oh, Half Pint, it'll take it away, but it'll come right back. We have rust water. That's just how it is around here. Unless I could afford a water softener and stuff, it won't ever go away. Believe me, we've used CLR lots of times. It doesn't stay gone. Yeah, the plate on the back of the neck. Yeah, I knew what you meant, spoof. Oh, there you go. Everybody's buying neck fans. Woohoo! Tell them I sent you. Tell the Jesu Light, whatever, Jaisu Life people I sent you their way. They'll be very happy. Too bad I don't have like a, what do you call that thing? Not a franchise. Like a link connected to them, you know, promotion. That'd be cool. There's a word for it. I can't think of what it's called, though. Yeah, I'm probably going to buy a couple also after I'm done talking to you guys. LB, send me the link so I can go there and get a couple, please. And thank you. All right. Well, it is after 12:30. And I am going to head off of here and go get a few things done because I need to. But actually, I have an Amazon store, I think. I don't know how it all works, though. Neck fan is just like to cool you off, like an air conditioner type thing. I think it's probably adjustable, sweet wheat, I would think. I think it's adjustable. You can probably decide how hard you want it to blow or not, you know. I would hope anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for being here and listening to me ramble like you always do. I appreciate you. But if I don't get off of here, I'm not going to go and do what I want to do. And then I'm going to kick myself later and not be a happy camper. Then I might have to do a whole other type of video. So I appreciate you. Love you. Mwah. Mwah. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And I will see you on the next live stream. Be blessed, everybody. Shabbat shalom. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend. See you soon.